All around the world, welcome to the main event. We live from Zoo 26 right now. It's time to witness two warriors step into the square. In the red corner, elephant wide awake, we got Joybella Arrington. In the blue corner, this man is universal. He represents a lot of things. Respectfully, we got my guy, Bronson. Give him a hand, y'all.
Now you got Crown Species, wide awake as well.
Yeah.
The stage is set, fighters are ready.
Appreciate it, V.
Fighter to my left, fighter to my right. I want you to touch gloves. I want you to be as disrespectful as you can at all times.
Shabonga, baby.
Let's have a good battle.
Shabonga, baby. First of all, let me give a shout out to my people who came to support. Yeah. Man, look, my family, my godmother, my brother, my PTOI, my kids, my bestie, ST. All right, so you know I'm finna kick that ass, right?
Let's go with it.
Let's do it.
Round one, fight.
All right. The topic of discussion is prison reform. Everything that I'm going against and I'm saying now is coming totally out of the norm. See, I give it to you. I don't even understand and I don't agree with what I'm speaking on, but maybe you deserve it. See, when I come to you right now and I tell you how it's going down, you ain't gonna believe me because you don't see me. You don't know how to perceive it. See, if you do something, you touch my kid, I will blow your brains out like somebody else should have did instead of locking you up, giving you 4 walls. I'm a big ass nigga. I ain't that small. But maybe you deserve it. Maybe you deserve it. I don't need to build a building to keep you in. Let you out. Deal with your sins. But you telling me reform is a norm when we already been enslaved in a cave that's already livable to who? You. You sit on a chair talking to people on the couch, just talking words out of your mouth. Maybe you deserve it. How hard can it be to see me? Now, if I break a law, how many straws do I pull? Just one? It can't be that fun, because I ain't done it. I seen things in my life that I should have fought and won. It broke me down, gave me PTSD. You can say whatever you want to in this battle about me, but I already know something about you, my man. You went to my barbershop, sat in my chair, got a nicer shape. Nope, my bad. I'm just playing. Right? See, my kids already told me you were that, but I know how you feel. When you break a law, you get what's coming to you, and that shit real. What you got to say to me, not to tell me how to do? It's like gum. I take the truth. I chew it. I swallow it. I spit it out. Because it sprouts itself out of its mouth. Recidivism is a real thing. So if you keep doing it, well, I'm going to lock you up instead of giving you a Super Bowl ring. Then they give you all this clout. Watch what you say to me out of your mouth. I come right now to you and I speak truancy, right? This is peace. Be careful how you talk, how you speak, and how you rhyme with me. See, I'm a bad mother sucker. You ain't never seen nothing like this. You better watch how I move. Watch all of this. It's getting ready to go down with you because I got 6 brothers. Right? Broke all types of laws. Got beat by our mother. I ain't lying. Raised on a farm. Get mad with no arms. You can't beat me, man. Talk to me all you want to. I don't care what book you read and what planet you playing. This is nice. I didn't have to write. I didn't have to research. Boy, I'm about to shout. Damn it, I just took you to church.
Yo, everybody hear me? Yo. Wide awake. Shout out VG. Great. Yo.
Clap for the man. It needs some help.
It's fine. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Okay.
Make sure everybody listen. That's what I need. Joybella, I heard you used to drink a lot.
Still do.
So you still do.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your choice of drink? Hennessy, Ciroc, Bacardi. You don't believe in prison, right? You don't believe in prison, right? I heard you got a daughter. So knowing what you know now, would you let her go to an after private Diddy party?
Ooh.
Shout out to my man Caden. Shout out to the Queen Rena Speaks.
Period. That's me.
I agree with you. Men are better. Tonight, live before you all as a studio audience, is the first episode of Grey's Anatomy. You witnessed the first body of the night. What's really good, Joybella?
Ooh. Ooh.
What's really good, Joybella?
Ooh, let's do that. Somebody angry.
In the plural sense of Biggie, I got stories to tell you.
Let's go.
The first, East St. Louis, 23-year-old female cashier working drive-through. She was shot multiple times. Post-interview, mother crying, wishing she could text her a little more "I love you" a few more times. Philadelphia, see me in the middle of the stage. Ex-boyfriend, mad from the breakup, killed his ex-girlfriend and buried in a shallow grave. Ooh. Rest in peace to everyone we lost to domestic violence. As men and women in here, let me do an infomercial, make this clear. Let's make sure, as far as domestic violence, let's not be much more quiet and timid. Because the real research facts is that due to interpersonal violence, a woman dies every 10 minutes. Third part of the stage. Rest in peace, Zion. And I'm not speaking of the NBA. I'm speaking of a 7-year-old in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Drive-by occurred, shot in his Danish home. He didn't get to live to become 18 today. So Joybella, that's why we need prisons.
Okay.
Because people doing some criminal things. Mm-hmm. Criminal things, as far as the consequences, you have to face the consequences of your actions. If you do the crime, do the time. Mm-hmm. Or observe the firing squad. So what's really prison reform? Prison reform, for those that don't know, let's break it down though. What's prison reform? Prison reform, is it simply to improve the inmate's physical conditions? Make sure out of this crowd, I'm focused on you, make sure you listen. So is it simply to improve the inmate's physical conditions, and how they really living? Or is it, like you said in your words, is it simply to reduce recidivism? Or what we talking about looking at it, is it much more better for better living, housing, and rehabilitation? Or is it right to attend AA meetings and pursue a GED, high school degree, or college education? What are we looking at? Let's make sure that we're talking the facts.
Okay.
Because the truth that we all know, everybody don't know Joe. So far as what we're looking at with prison reform, we just started. So shout out to his son, Hunter. I beg your pardon.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I want people to listen. I want people to listen.
Ooh.
So the irony that remains in fact is that we still dealing with racial disparities, and the predominant ones we're going to get into my round 2 that's dealing with that are black. So when we're talking about what we're dealing with, we're talking about not being judged. We're talking about how we can be legal citizens, make sure that what we're getting in, we're speaking much more Joybella than recidivism. So I don't care about your loudness, I don't care about your anger, I don't care about your so-called danger, because what I'm talking about is stop being frisked in New York, assume every black man not a stranger. Make sure we get deep, make sure we stay on the politics, make sure what we introducing is people understanding, once again, prison reform is not saying prisons are better. Prison reform is saying that the situations and the living conditions and what's happening with these men and women, we have to agree to make it much more better and get much more political. Make sure what we're doing as far as that, we're making it, we're bringing change. Because way before the Netflix series came out, Black people been seeing stranger things.
Someone's angry. Someone's angry.
We've been seeing stranger things. Like you said, we've been doing being slaves in the cage. But far as this, what we're introducing in these different rounds, we're going to take the intellect tonight. That's how we approaching our rage. So listen, make sure you look. You see the books on this page. And make sure with that false fear you remember your rounds. I don't want it easy with this 3-0. So what I'm telling you though is understand recidivism and prison reform is what we speak about and what we're gonna continue to know. Because everybody in this room know that far as a flower, it takes water to grow.
You better grow.
So recidivism, we're gonna keep speaking that in fact. Round 2, prison reform, we bringing it right back.
Okay, break.
I think I'm bleeding. You cut me deep. You cut me real deep just now, Shrek.
Listen, take a body shot, okay? Take a body shot. Listen. You need it.
Take a body shot.
Go on.
Okay, time. Round 2, Joybella versus Joybella versus Jay.
All right. I heard what you said earlier, right? I'm not wounded. I chose my side and I stand true to it. Whether I believe it in or not, that's none of your business. But I believe there's other ways to get this shit physically done this. So if you do the crime, you do the time. That don't mean you gotta be behind bars, walls, or any of that, right? Recidivism is something where you completely just do idiotic things. That don't mean that the village can't raise you after you lose your means. So if a man mess up, you gonna tell him he done? So he gonna die where he at? Live in one cell with one man, just that one. So he can't get out with his friends, get out with his kids. He can't even restrain himself from doing the things that he previously did. Prison reform? You got me messed up. I done seen a lot of people who already ain't committing crimes who still screwed up. They in your office every day. You want to talk about that? But you give them pills against their will. Is that not a fact? They black too. So what did that say about you? So you feeding them to cloud their mind to think they wrong for the things they do. You gonna tell them, okay, it's fine. You good, you robbed that bank. Let the society be blind. For what? Maybe we messed up. Maybe that man reached out, needed a hand, and you said, shut the fuck up. You so busy in your office with your paper and your prescription pad. You ain't hearing how that man got hurt by his mom, brothers, sisters, and dad. Really? Reform? How is that a norm? The only reason that the most population in the prison is black, part of y'all. You put them there. You didn't tell them the secret. You told them to shut up, let me write it down. I took an oath and I'm going to keep it. You do that. So it's the black man, right? Who's doing this to us. Oh, my bad, it's the white man, the orange man who just got, put into population to be the leader of the free world who messing us up. I want to know where you coming from. Like for me, I love all anachronisms. DOJ. All of that. But when are you going to start talking at me with some real ass facts? All you gave me was the fact that I said something you ain't like. You ain't talking about none of these people standing out here who going through toils of strife. Now you telling me that I'm wrong for going against prison reform. That is not a norm. Maybe you deserve it. Maybe you deserve it. Put your shoes in their closet and dig their bones. That shallow grave maybe could have been your own. We walk by people every day who hurt, harm, and disfigured. But we can slap hands with another person because they got the same melatonin as us, and you call them yo nigga.
Oh.
How deep does that cut? Because you the man. I want to know where you're going with this. You got a pee on your head, performance, need a plan. We're going to do it today, we're going to do it tomorrow. Either that, or it's going to take people like him, her, him, to stop this sorrow. We complaining, bro. You remember when they took us over here on a boat? Tell me what the heck keep you afloat? Is it the fact that you can tell somebody like me, I don't know? Because it don't take a degree for me to walk out here and shake hands and know what I know. I already told you, man. I'm a bad G. I don't have to write things down. I walk this walk. I ain't no clown. I keep quiet, but just because I laugh don't make it funny. I serve my country. I'll make my own money.
Yeah.
But the things that make me bad are the things that make me good. Prison reform ain't what it should be. So you gonna lock me up because I hit somebody, right? Because I had a drink and my vision a little clouded. Made me take that drink, bro. What made me take too many? I ain't heard no conversation from you if I've ever heard any. So whatever it is that you got with me, I'm fine. Stop locking these people up. Bring them home. This village is mine.
Yeah.
I raised my own. I stay stoned to life. Just because I take a drink, or I might get married and have me a wife, don't make me a little slow, but I'm going to tell you something that you ain't even know. The next time that I come to you in this square right here, I'm going to tell you this. Make sure that you come with a conversation. Something of a situation. Take a mental vacation. And know what you're bringing in here. It ain't me. Prison reform is not the norm. Getting locked up ain't what's up. You put me in some walls you want to, I'm going to still be jacked up. You going to give me a plate with some canned goods? What does that do for me? I left my family, my friends, my kids. I don't have no necessity. I'm plastering things up on the wall with toothpaste, drawing and leaving my talent not to be seen by the public. But you get paid to put people in there. That ain't redundant, is it? Seems like it. Because it matters to you. You going hard for locking them up instead of telling them the truth. Give them some help. Take the pills away. Tell them that the earth ain't gonna be fair to nobody. Today or any day. So if you with that, that's good. I'm glad that you could. You standing in this square and you telling me like, I'm hood. No, you're not. You're not. You don't know nothing about life. You don't know about life. Ask them. Walk into any prison and ask them when they coming out. And I can guarantee you, I can tell you what's going to come out their mouth. There are two ways to life. Through the vagina to the earth. And through the dirt to what? Right? So you're going to tell these men you're going to put them in walls. When life ain't big, life ain't small. You telling them what it is. You a whole psychiatrist, kid. They set you up. They put you with me. You ain't even listening to the words I'm saying, G. They knew I was going to bring you down. Whatever you say to me, don't matter nothing after this one.
Okay, hold on. You ain't doing too many punches now. Hold on. I got a little boy swing,
Body shot.
Doing a lot of, yeah. All right, Jay.
We're gonna move on to Jay. Let's go.
Before I get into my round, I'm assuming usually the average 2 and 3 in the morning, you sleep or you yawning. That's a fact. So let me break down the reality of this. Early in Rocky Mount, I was at Nash General this week, 4 in the morning, spending time with an 8-year-old hospitalized. That's a fact.
Oh.
So being that, I'm not the one that let's talk facts for real. I'm not prescribing pills. I'm a licensed clinical social worker therapist that get into mental for real. So before we go into this other parts round, since we speaking facts to this crowd and we here to lift the nation, you say you struggle with alcohol, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever knocked on this door of my office and had a conversation?
Ooh.
We speaking facts. I never seen you, Joybella. That's a fact. So far as this round, since you're asking for research and that's a fact, what we're gonna do, we're gonna break down the statistics that you asked for, and that's a fact. So far as what we're dealing with, shout out Caden, understand this, I'm gonna present to everybody another part of the components of being a true MC as I introduce Jay Bronson, the attorney.
Oh.
Oh, it's a skit.
Oh, man.
That boy done messed me up. That boy done messed me up.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I didn't even know his office was over there. That's crazy.
That boy done threw it in the air. He done threw it in the air.
Let's go. Let's break the board down. Let's break the board down. She asked for statistics, right, Caden? She asked for statistics, right, Caden?
Not the orange
let's
man.
keep it real and break this down to the nation. Let's bring it down. We want statistics. Remember, I'm not concerned for the crowd. I want to make sure you are reading. Let's get to it, Riley.
This is crazy.
Make sure that you take the time for as this attorney to make sure you're paying attention. Make sure that you sit there and understand it. Let me give you a random educational statistic in Durham. Most black boys are being suspended. But let's go back to something else. Let's really do this, knowledge in itself. Let's really get this. Let's bring the wealth. Let's rip it apart.
Let's get
bring
to
the
the
art.
orange
Let's
side.
go with it and be smart. Listen, Joybella. So for everybody that's in the crowd, pay attention. Pay attention. Exhibit 1. Research finds evidence of racial bias in plea. Finish it for me. In plea deals. I know you ain't gonna say it because you're reading this for real. So let's get into statistics for real. What we also got here, let's understand this and keep it clear, because this prison reform, I'm not saying I support prisons, but this reform is sick. So we need to make sure we bring those pills. Now listen, here we go. Understand this, for the plea bargaining system, the process shows that what we're dealing with, black and Latino defendants are dealing with more things than their white counterparts. That is quoted by Greenberg 2021. Common research in less than 10 years. Make sure you stay smart. Here we go. Break this down, understand with art. So what we really seeing in courtrooms, so for a white man that goes into court for the same type of thing, the same type of crimes, they getting out for 48%. 48% of the time. 48% of the time. Let's make sure we're breaking down, considering recidivism, what you're saying on your mind. Recidivism. Let's appreciate. Let's really keep. I appreciate you correcting the quote. So make sure that you're taking the time to listen. Put your eyes into it so you understand this, because you're observing a goal. So make sure you watch it. Let's go with it. So where we at? Let's go with the next one. Shout out to people that believe in education. Raise your hands. Shout out those who like LSU University. Raise your hands. Some seem not to like LSU. I know that's a lot. Let's be true. Let's get into it. Let's really do. So here's another fact. Let's break down the hints like the detective beyond the clues. Let's make sure we break it so Joybella, you're not confused. Because this is serious. I'm not trying to be doing a muse. You're doing all the dudes. Let's make sure you listen and you understand this too. Let's go to it.
You just rammed on me? Okay.
Louisiana State University. From the Louisiana State Correctional Center is only 1 hour and 2 minutes away. Check out the statistics. Understand this as everybody listen today. The average Louisiana State University student after tuition is paying only $18,000. The average correctional inmate is paying $25,000. So what we looking at? $5,000 in the red. So we're looking at prison reform. What I'm understanding is, what are we doing politically? Where are we taking the money? What are we looking to do to chase? Because ironically, it says the only time we're concerned for a black man at LSU is if you are Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase.
You better catch my balls.
Let's keep with it. So round 2, Riley, shout out 2. Let me hear you say 2. 2, let's go to 2. Let's make sure we understand this beyond the clues so you're not really confused. Listen, round 2. What we looking at? Make sure you're not stumped. Average people that's dealing with federal charges behind bars cannot vote. Raise your hand if you understand that factual quote. So really, that's not dope. But here's the other part with it. Let me break that down. So far as looking at things that make history, far as federal things and dealing with indictments, what we looking at, we're going to a new year where what was made history by our next president, Donald Trump, is for having the most federal indictments. So what's the irony is we talking that type of research. We talking that type of fact. Because the truth of the matter is, Joybella, that those that's locked up and can't vote and participate in the voting process are black. And that's really the problem with it. That's the intent. That's the problem I'm breaking down with it. That's really the fact. So let's continue on as we go to Riley. Let's break this number down, which is number 3. Number 3, the art of being J. Bronson, the attorney. Listen, everybody, understand the art of being an MC. Pay attention, Joybella. Don't get confused. I see you running through it. Pay attention to the news. Let's get to it. So what we also dealing with. Shout out, this is current research. United States Attorney's Office finds conditions in Fulton County Jail in Georgia violate the Constitution and federal law. Number 3. This young man here died at number 3, dealing with it. So what really happened to him since Thompson's death? He was not fed, broke down, different things had him, and he died while he was sitting and spending his time behind bars. So what we looking at, who do we see? What do we understand this? We're looking at this, sleeping at night, what they really going through when they sleeping at night. While they sitting there trying to sit there and want to do the phone calls, calling, collecting, making hugs. He was sitting there consumed by sleeping in an infested room full of bed bugs.
Ooh. I know some people that you got.
So you know some people dealing with bed bugs. So yet you say we don't need prison reform. So I guess while you're talking to this crowd, you a walking contradiction because you allow them to continue to be harmed.
Oh, whatever.
So what we're breaking down to is we're breaking down the attorney's office, finding those conditions. What we doing, because when I'm on this, I'm making sure I'm giving Joybella's quote about statistics, specifics, to make sure I'm breaking it down so that makes sure you listen.
Speaking of person.
So where we really at there, we continue with the attorney, and we sit there, we're breaking down the facts. I want to make sure to understand that break everybody once again, racial disparity. Those that are fat in this room are black.
To your corners, fighter. To your corners, fighter. To your corners, fighter. Oh my God. Round 3, we about to get into it right now. Fighters, you ready?
On it.
Touch gloves. Let's go.
I heard you talking earlier before. Your statistics are great. You talking all out of state. What about the ones who needed it here? Whatever you had on that flex board, we didn't have none of the people that we hold it. Those people have nothing to do with us but a movement. Reform? That's what you're choosing? Those guys ain't never met us face to face. If that was the case, I guarantee you we wouldn't even be brawling standing in this place. I'm not afraid to step to you or anyone else. Because if I believe what I believe, I do. Now, it's just like gum. If your mouth dry, you need a little something in your mouth, then chew. I'm not the one to stick up for all, right? Because this ain't even what I came to do tonight. What I came to do was chew you up and spit you out. Whatever I got don't need research. It comes from my brain through my mouth. I'm a smart somebody, and I do it a lot. I keep quiet because I don't want to blow nobody's spot. But what I'm about to do, I'm going to do it right now. How many murals have you painted? How many wanted have you held down? So you going to stand here and tell me my view is different? You got a white boy with an orange man, and you want me to be forgiven? Where the black dude at? Where the pardons he did? The people who got away with murder when they ain't even do it. They couldn't come home to their kids. So you want me to feel bad for you because you got facts? Well, let me give you my own white boy 3 tri-fold for that. I'm a beast from the east, and I stay where I am. My mama named Sarah, my daddy named Sam. Whatever you got under your belt, mine's hold tighter. You went to schools, LSU, go ahead, but the ones I went to was way whiter. I've been called a nigga. For what? When I'm better. I ran track, JRTC. I even had a letterman. Don't forget her. But what I did do was I understood. I took everything that I could and I moved forward. You standing here telling me, oh, that ain't good. I ain't with that. What I said in the beginning is what I say now. Whether I believe it or not, I understand the assignment. And I know how to put it down. Right? Prison reform is not normal. You're going to lock me up because I make a mistake. What's next? We going to get married and you're going to beat me because I burn your pancakes? I ain't that type of lady. Sometimes I ain't even. Don't let this pink shirt fool you. Because I get even Steve. Whatever come out of my mouth is nothing but truth. I don't have any anger towards you. This just fluency. So if you want to come at me because I don't write things down, I do poor, proper planning or however you get down. What I do is sprout the truth. If you don't like it, hey, go roll in the dirt with somebody who believes in you. Me, I'ma stay Joy. That's my name. I ain't spouting this truth for nothing. I ain't even doing it for fame. If that was the case, I would have took the book that you gave me, you remember? Man, you know what? Your mouth look dry. Take that candy. Hold it, because it's almost the end of December. Put that in your stocking and tell it to the people who dead. The innocent victims are people who fled. It ain't just black people. Black lives do matter. But when the man come around, you, my friend, like the rest of them, scatter. Where the Wilson dudes at? Where the Rocky Mount dudes at? You talking a lot of stuff, but you ain't stating them facts. So now you got to go off to bring people in because their name been on the news. You got to be careful sometimes with words and the names that you use. Broken hearts are everywhere, and you don't even see it. You just doing this for show, not for them, because these my people. I'm talking to you, and I speak to them. They already know what I bring in. I walk how I talk. Let me see you later. Because it's going to be the same thing. And you just going to chomp it down like an alligator. You're going to swallow it because that's what the man told you to do. Get that degree. Lock up them fools. But still, what are you doing? What is your community used to? I ain't seen no Martin Luther or the King. I ain't seen no Malcolm X. I ain't seen nobody who got locked up because of writing false checks, trying to feed their kids, and they locked up for years. Now somebody out here got them in the system because they did what they did. So you speaking on prison reform like you down with shit. Don't stop. You know, don't clench your jaw. Don't quit. Keep talking, because I'm ready. Because I'm that Jew. Because I'm a lot more intelligent than to call myself a nigga. What I'm about to say to you, I hope you hold in peace and silence. This space is for us to grow in. Now, when I get out of this square, and we all right, don't forget what I said to you tonight. I play with kids. I don't play with my words.
Hold on, cut. Break.
Why you taking his candy, though?
As the referee, I gotta take all contraband.
Share his parents.
And we don't get
You really gonna eat it?
we gonna get on round 3.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right.
With rebuttals and far as being random, and let me give you a little bit about me. I pursued a master's degree to be a therapist because I got tired of seeing therapists that didn't look like me. So my niece Riley, raise your hand. So my nephew Tayshawn as an uncle, I couldn't be much more prouder. Far as this round, everybody look at the back of the hoodie. Rest in power to Khalif Browder. For those of you that never seen that on Netflix about who was Khalif Browder, 16-year-old, Bronx, New York. Since we talking prison reform, let's talk the facts. 16 years old, Stop walking coming from a party for being black. That was really what you see in New York. Because remember, it's a stop and frisk, right? That's the facts. So pull it over, roll by NYPD, questioning the back of them. Guy in the back asking, saying my bags were stolen, my iPad was stolen, and I think that it was you. Khalid looking up and said that wasn't me. So taken down to the precinct, where Khalid was told he'll be home soon, only to end up doing 3 years in Rikers Island in a small cramped room. Khalid Browder, 3 years. So let's talk prison reform. 3 years. Not never getting nothing on his mental health. Getting fights, seeing people get the jaw slashed, seeing people die fast, correctional officers taking them over and sitting there and bending their backs like an exercise massage class. Gang members, things happen, things that he struggled to remember. Sitting there spending 3 years for something he was never guilty of and found because he didn't have $900. $900 with a family of 10. $900 he had to spend his time in the pen. What's prison reform? When he's dealing with that, every day he cried himself to sleep. Hard to have peace when gang members fighting you, pulling out knives for real, that's no peace. So for over that, what we dealing with, why prison reform? Because for 3 years, that Khalid Browder was locked behind bars. For 3 years, he spent over 700 days in solitary confinement. What did that do to you? Let's talk therapy. Delusional thinking, hallucinations, it's much more like a car that need a alignment. So what happened with Khalid? He sat there and kept struggling for over 3 years, had to spend time, but was never found guilty, getting out, going to correctional, sitting there spending his time after correctional, trying to be a legalized citizen. Got back and spent time pursuing his GED, 3.0, pursuing a college degree. And what his mother said, like this box we in, he was pacing around the box. Because what Khalid said is that I never got happiness, Mom. So for this man, what we're talking about, he was lack his mental health. Sometimes he didn't feed himself. He was sitting there wondering where God is with no one else. Slammed down by correctional officers. No one did nothing about that. Irony of this court case is after he died and hung himself and his mother, New York City awarded $3.3 million in fact. Never found guilty. So for this round, understand this. Shout out to my man Lux in Harlem. Rewind the more there's a fine. So understand this. Let's get to it.
Oh.
I really feel so before these people, I'm gonna be real. What we really hear from these black parents and these mothers gotta stop saying that ain't real is we got 3 strikes. We don't have 3 strikes. As black men, we sitting there spending time and we really spending time within. I'm tired of taking that, going through the trauma of prison industrial complex within. So understand this, I take time with a pen. Break this down as a man. So really, I'm gonna tell you the truth and tell you that on the spot. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter how much good time we have among each other as a crowd, I'm concerned and fearful as a black man, I can get pulled by police and get shot. So understand this for really being really with it. That's not. That's why I'm breaking down prison reform, because what we got to do is be much more than cold and lukewarm. It's time to talk about it. Talk about the racial disparities and things that's really happening. Let's make sure we're breaking it down for what's really happening with the captains. So understand this. What I'm going to tell you, what I really want to know is understand. I don't want to sit there and have to go to a funeral home and see my man Tayshawn beg for her doing his hair as a black man. So understand, what I'm doing as a reform, I'm breaking that down for you so you can understand this and understand the falsifications that's speaking of. Let's really speak the truth. So what we really need more, we need more than Meek Mills. We need much more than what's happening with Jay-Z. What we really need is all of us. We need you and me to really do more and sit there saying what we need to say and correct these discrepancies. So what's really happening and what we're really seeing and what's really going on, black mans are dying. Other things are happening. Black mothers are crying. So you know that's the truth. We ain't speaking no lying. So what we're doing is we keeping on that with a fact. Because like I said, once again, tired of looking at the irony of black men that's dying that's being black. So what it is, I'm putting it out there to understand as far as this, everybody really take the time to listen. Because like I said, once again, we have to improve the living conditions, improve the mental conditions of what we're dealing with in prison. So it's much more than recidivism. It's much more than what we're speaking of, but really that's a fact. So like once again, to all the black mothers with brothers and sons and uncles, make sure you love them. Stop stereotyping, love them, and understand that we are much more than sitting there spending time in prison. That's a fact.
Oh, man. This first one went crazy.
Joy used to be my babysitter. I should give him the mic to me.